Hello everybody, today I'm reviewing .hack Roots. Not considering the OVAs, this is the third .hack anime series. The previous ones were .hack Legend of Twilight and .hack Sign. Hack Roots has its own story and isn't a continuation of the previous series, although it takes place after the previous series. I guess you could say .hack Roots is a prequel to the PlayStation 2 game .hack GU. The game is a 3-part series. I've never played the games because I don't have a PS2, but an old friend of mine said he loved those games. I know if I had a PS2, .hack GU would be one of the first games I would get for it. But anyways, let's talk about the anime. The story follows Haseo, a new player of the MMORPG, The World R2. Haseo is PK'd by players, but then is revived by the mysterious Ovan. Eventually, Haseo joins Ovan's guild, the Twilight Brigade. The Twilight Brigade main goal is to find the key of the Twilight, which most players believe doesn't exist. We don't really get to know much about the key of the Twilight. Eventually, the primary story changes when Shino, a girl in the Twilight Brigade, is PK'd by Tri-Edge and is put in a coma. Then Haseo wants revenge, so he becomes a PKKer, so player killer killer, so he kills player killers, just to get info on the mysterious Tri-Edge, so that he can one day revenge Shino. There isn't much character development. Although we do get to see the main character change, you don't get to learn much about the other characters. For example, since Shino is in a coma, you don't learn anything about her, but that's alright because it's impossible to learn anything from her. Ovan disappears one time in the middle of the series, but then he does come back later. Sakisaka eventually quits the game. The only real character development is with Haseo, since when Shino falls into a coma, Haseo changes a lot because he is obsessed with revenge. The animation is really nice. It improves a lot on the previous .hack series. The voice acting was good for the most part. Haseo is played by a different voice actor than the one in the game. The music is great. It has a sort of JRPG sound to it, which makes it perfect since the anime takes place in an MMORPG. I also want to talk about the setting throughout the anime. I really felt like it was in an RPG. The towns looked sort of medieval, like those of an RPG. The portals had an RPG feel to it, and it really made the animation look better too. In Hack Sign, you see actual people playing the game from a black and white perspective, but in Roots, you don't get that. But throughout all the anime, I still felt like it was an RPG just because of the dialogue. For example, the characters talk like they were RPG players. Ovan says to Haseo, "You were almost PK'd." But he could have easily said you were almost killed, but using PK'd, it makes it feel more RPG-like. I'd also like to mention that Haseo is commonly referred to a newbie or a noob as opposed to a weakling. There are also moments in the anime where stuff happens and you know it's a game. For example, when Philo disappears and comes back saying his cats played with the cord. So the whole idea of being in an MMORPG is maintained. My main problem with the game is the ending. It just ends with nothing. It ends with a cliffhanger. The video game takes place right after the main events, which is understandable. But what about those without a PS2 or the game? That is the reason why I was disappointed. There could have been an alternate ending than the game, which would have rewarded the viewers and those who do play the game. But there is a .hack GU CGI movie, which retells the events of the game, For those who were not satisfied, they can go watch the movie for a better ending. I will have to give this anime a 7.5, just because of the lack of character development and the ending. But anyways, thank you for watching, and please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed.